Hey everyone, this is Shouh here. We're going to talk about life drawing and how it helps us as artists, and show you a little bit behind the scenes of life drawing, as in the supplies that I use, the tools that I use, and also my drawings for the session. Life drawing at Young Guns Studio, Young Guns Academy. It's an in-person drawing. It happens every Thursdays for us. And the session is 3 hours. So we have 2 halves of life drawing. And then there's a break, and it's always with a life model. And unfortunately, I didn't get footage of the life model, but you will see the camera pointed at my drawing, and I will talk about what a session is like. So there are different types of life drawing. You would have short poses, and then you would also have long poses. And so the long poses, they're for painters. And you can even get poses where it's 3 hours, and every 1 hour the model gets a 5-minute break, and you would use, the painter would come in and do the same pose, paint the same pose for extended duration of time. But most people, when they start life drawing, they go for the shorter poses. And for the shorter poses, it's a great fit for beginners, it's a great fit for illustrators, for animators. Because the short poses, they're very fast. They are anywhere from 30 seconds to, if we're to talk about really a short pose, technically speaking, it's sub 5 minutes. And so what we do is we always begin with warming up. And I always like this idea that we are like athletes, that there's this process of warming up, coming in well ahead of time, come in prepared and have your own toolkit. And so the warm-ups are exactly that, right? They're very, very quick gestural poses. They're exactly that. They're very, very quick poses from 1 minute to 3 minutes. And it's not supposed to, you don't want to have high pressure. You don't want to put all that crazy pressure on yourself. And it's just to get to know, get to feel out the medium. And I have all these different mediums and tools. Let me just show you guys. This is very typical. And most beginners would use a pencil, right? They're the most comfortable with a pencil. But what I love, my go-to is actually not this one. And look at the tip, look at the tip, look at the shape of this. The shape is like a bullet tip, right? And this is charcoal pencil. This brand is crazy good, Maurice. It's very, very smooth. You can buy this off of Amazon. Then you have something like willow charcoal, right? Willow charcoal is very, very soft. The marks that it makes is very, very soft. I can actually make a couple of marks right here for you guys. Right, this is comparatively darker, and you can push, you can pull, you can make all of these marks. They're very, very soft, or you can go very dark with this. And then in comparison, willow charcoal, willow charcoal is very soft. It has a very different texture, right? This is a little rougher, whereas this is a little bit smoother. We can go really dark with this medium, whereas this is the darkest that it gets. And then if we're to think about smudging too, this smudging it just smudges away, right? It just smudges away off the paper. But if I try to smudge this, it actually doesn't really smudge away that much. So these are the applicators. So I think about these as applicators as in I am applying a darker value, right? And then we got this really special little guy. You can't see it on camera, but it's Conte, right? I really don't think you can see it. But Conte is one of my favorite mediums, if not my favorite medium, because I love breaking off pieces and just making them so short, ultra short. It just feels like it's a very natural extension of the hand. And that's it for these applicators. Of course, there's a myriad of things that you can use. And then we go on to these tools. These two are what we consider to be smudge tools, right? So you got this stump. It's made out of paper, this paper stump that you can blend. And then you can have this one. I always encourage everyone, even if you're a complete beginner, right? Like make use of what you have. And I went to a makeup store and took their, this is supposed to, I don't know what you do with this on the face, but it's a sponge. So I use this quite a bit too. This is a very, very nice way to block out, smooth out your drawing. And there's this more special tool. It doesn't have to be this. It's not just paper towel. You can definitely use paper towel. You can even use a glasses cleaner. Oh my God, I don't remember that name. Okay, but you get my point. But this here is a chamois, CHAMOIS, but people call it chamois for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a nice little nickname. And this one is, this guy is awesome because you take this, right? Let's say paper towel, you can't really smudge that. You see how little that smudges? You take this chamois, I'm applying the same pressure. Oh my Lord, it smudges right out. And I love having this smudger because it pushes the medium around so well. Chamois definitely is a little bit more, I don't know, artist specific. You can definitely buy it on Amazon too. But give it a try. It doesn't have to be a chamois. And then very lastly, we have these two tools. Obviously they're erasers. So everyone knows about the eraser and what it does, right? Everyone knows about this, what it does, what this little guy does. Nothing special about it. You can take an X-Acto knife and just cut it, wedge it, turn it into a wedge shape so that you can get some very, very clean edges, right? So you got the hard eraser and you also have the soft eraser. This is also called the kneadable eraser. And I love the kneadable eraser because you can shape it, right? You can shape it so many different times and have it take the marks right here. Let me show you guys again. So you have some charcoal that I'm just gonna block out. Right, look at how much the hard eraser takes away. Right, usually we have to really make sure that if we want a clean stroke, that the eraser itself is clean. But look at this little kneaded eraser. It removes a little bit less material, generally speaking. In this case, it's removing the same amount. But you can just turn it into all these wonderful shapes. You can even like blot it, right? Make all these wonderful marks. So these are the tools that I'm using. And let me go through a breakdown of the session. And you can see here that I went from using this, and I'm really trying to emulate all of you. Well, I can't say all of you. Many of you know this artist, Stan Proco, and he uses this all the time. And I'm, for the life of me, I've been doing life drawing for many years. I still can't figure out how to use this thing properly. It just seems so difficult to control. I try to use a handle like this. And then there's this other concept that, I took it from photography. It's this idea called like the keep rate, right? Where you, as a novice, if you take 100 photos, you may keep only, I don't know, 2 or 3. You may like only 2 or 3. But as an experienced photographer, you may have a keep rate that is, let's say 15, 20, 30, right? Depending on yourself. And so I would say it's the same thing for life drawing. As we begin attaining more skill, as you begin feeling more comfortable, then that keep rate, because you then know what is a process that works for you, right? Your keep rate becomes higher. I love these 2 drawings right here. This is now the second half. These 2 drawings right here, they are fantastic. That to me is a sweet spot. I like this feeling where it's very ephemeral, right? And ephemeral just means that it's something that it feels like it's alive. It's about to change. It's not permanent. And I love these shapes. And I think that's my thing, like in using the shapes, using the values, and really using the side of just the side. And then to our last page, this very last page, this is a 20-minute drawing right here. And then this is I think it's a 15. I'm gonna say it's a 15 or it's a 10, I forgot. You know, they're okay. They're definitely not my favorite drawings of the session, but you know, I went for it, and I feel like the difference between this one and, you know, the previous 2 pages ago, the difference is it doesn't necessarily mean that the longer time you have, the better the outcome, right? And you have to accept that as an artist sometimes, right? What you see out on the internet is a very heavily curated set of images, right? And that means they're showing you something that looks really good in their own eye. And usually I find that most artists are perfectionists. They hold themselves to the higher standard. So what I aim to do with this channel is to show you and the behind the scenes, and to show you not just the great drawings, and to tell you about my struggles as an artist, as an art educator, and to be able to hopefully unveil the mystery, the shroud, and demystify this whole art making process. It would make my world, it would make my day, right? My month, my year, if this video has helped you, where it's inspired you to look at art in a different lens, and that it doesn't have to be extremely difficult. That there are things about art where if you engage with the art making process with honesty, I think anyone can do it, right? So that's it for this video right here, and do the usual. It would mean the world if you can consider spreading the word, if you can maybe if you can maybe comment to see what else do you want to learn, what else do you want to see from Shouh and from this channel. So we have Young Guns Academy that we're building courses for, we don't want to build the courses in the dark. I am very proud of the team and I for creating a very, very unique environment where we're fostering creativity through focus on this balance of hard and soft skill. And so I have a lot to offer here, and I want to disseminate the knowledge out to anyone who's out there listening, that it's not just Vancouver. That's why I'm doing this, right? It's not just Vancouver. It's someone in the Philippines, it's someone in Cambodia, it's someone in Africa, it's someone wherever you are in the world, that if you're considering the arts, if you're remotely interested in the arts and design and creativity and the creative process, I can speak to all majors. Please chime in, comment, or join our Discord server. We have Instagram, we also have TikTok. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. I will see you next time. Shouh out.